Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate that how you can use Google, our favorite search engine, to hack. I will be using the very same technique to hack in the real world application. So make sure you enjoy this video till the very end. A word of caution though, hacking does sound intense. Remember, use these skills responsibly and don't get caught.
Imagine if I told you there's a way to use Google, our go-to search engine, to find hidden or sensitive information that isn't normally visible to the normal user. Wondering how? Well, we have Google hacking. It's a technique that takes the advantage of Google's powerful search capabilities to uncover data that may not be intentionally shared. And here's how it works. With Google hacking, we can use special search queries and operators to refine our search result and dig deeper into the specific areas of the internet. By using these smart search techniques, we can unveil hidden directories, vulnerable websites, exposed documents, and even find sensitive information like passwords and username. So let's quickly come and have a look at an example here. Let's say that you are interested in finding publicly accessible webcams. Now, by using a specific search query, we can discover a list of webcams that are not properly secured, providing us with a live camera feeds from various locations all around the globe. So let's get into this. So I'm just going to type in title, and then I'm going to type webcam XP and 5. So let's go. And here you can see it started showing me certain URLs. If you're just going to get into it, okay. Here you can see that is showing me the live feed right now from some location like here and there, and we have like different sources as well. You are just going to change the sources from here and it's going to switch to the different camera path. You can see, and everything is coming out into the live view. Let's take another URL and let's go to this one. And here you can see that right now we're in a classroom. Let's change the source and see what else angle we got here. So here it is. So there are only two sources. Let's go and try out any other URL. And you can see like all of them are unsecured. Okay, and which make them accessible by anyone with like an active internet connection and the access to URL. They can view this footage in real time. And this is the third link here. And we have only one source, but it looks like a office in US. Okay, and that's how basically this is a typical example that how you can use Google advanced search techniques and view the content which is not intended for the normal user or not for the public access. Okay, but still by using certain search queries or the writing style, we can get access to these URLs. Cool. Now let's take another example. Let's say that you have to make a presentation or do your research work for a certain topic and you need to find content. Now, if I'm just going to write on the Google, let's write cyber security. And once I'm going to click enter, you can see that it's going me lots and lots of URLs from the companies, from the these sponsored links. This is just going to tell me the information, but I cannot look at for the specific place where I can get the research content for me. So what can I do is I can use the Google docking technique again, and it's going to be very, very simple. All I have to do is I just have to add a colon, and then I have to specify the file type which I want to search for. So let's say I want to search for the PDF that are related to the cybersecurity. So when I'm going to press enter, you can see that all of the PDFs I'm seeing here, and all of them are basically related with the cybersecurity and all. You can also use the same, you can change basically the file type, and it's going to show you the word for that particular file. So let's say that I want the PowerPoint presentation. So all I have to do is just type PPT here, press enter, and then it's going to show me that all of the PowerPoint presentation that have the cybersecurity keyword in them. And that's how you can also find files for a specific, or basically you can find information in a specific file type using the Google hacking techniques. Now it was like a normal technique by which you can find the information in a specific file type format. But what if I tell you that you can also use the same format in order to find out the sensitive information like username and password for databases or for like any other thing. So let's try out with another doc example here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to specify a file type now, and I'm going to type it like this, and I'm going to specify env. You know that whenever we create an application hosted to a platform, we all like a majority of the time we are going to get a env file, which basically specify that on which environment or what's the configuration of the environment of that particular application is. Okay, so now I'm asking Google to search for all the env file types, which consist of this particular keyword, which is going out to be my db underscore password. And what's going to happen is, as soon as I'm going to press enter, Google is going to crawl with its database, and it's going to pop up with all of the env files whatsoever the Google has in it. And if that contains the word db underscore password, then it's going to show it to me. And once I'm going to have it, let me show it to you. That's much better. You can see like these are the GitHub example, but you can see that I have the password here, which is the db username as qtweet admin, and db password is your hunter2. For the another directory, for the GitHub, it is database directories and the user root. If we are just going to like avoid these GitHub directories, okay, and look at the real life example, you can see here that my DB username is magical horse and my password is basically this one, which seems a computer generated password. Okay, if I'm going to look at this particular URL, you can see that my username is Galaxia Creeper and my password is this. And that's how you can just scroll down to the bottom of it, and you're going to find out your username and your passwords in all of these env files. So this is another example that are used by the hackers in real world in order to find sensitive information about your websites, web applications, or the servers, and then use this piece of information in order to compromise you. Okay, so enough with the examples now. Let's move to the real hack now. Okay, so now what we will do is, let me introduce to the official Google hacking database from where you can find all of these docs. Okay, so just type for the Google hacking database, press enter, and this is the URL which you're going to get. Just click on it, and this is the website from where you can get the different docs. So let's say that I want to target those websites for which I already know the vulnerabilities about. Okay, you might wonder how. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a term called Nessus. Okay, this is actually a tool which is used by the cybersecurity professionals in order to scan like a host and check out for the vulnerabilities in that. And I'm going to use the same in order to check out for my victims who are having these reports already with them. And I'm going to go through with these reports and check out if they have any sort of vulnerability which can be exploited. So what I'm going to do is, let's first go to the Google, paste this prompt, press enter, and you can see that I have different scan reports from different sources. What can I do is, let's take for this particular example, which is Parkland College. I'm going to open this scan report for it, and here you can see that I'm going to receive a scan report for them, which is telling me like what are the vulnerabilities are there. Okay, and how can I basically exploit them? That depends upon your skill set and expertise, but the 50% work is already been done, that you have the weaknesses with you and you just need to exploit them in order to gain access. Let's see furthermore examples here. We also have this mantra lingua, so let's open this, and here also we can see that security hole found, security holes. Look, this is the localhost one. But this is a vulnerability FTP. This is also vulnerability, and you can see that I have different vulnerabilities which I can see related to this particular URL. So let's see what this website is all about. So it's basically some language conversion website or some children resources. Anyways, we are not going to exploit it as of now. Because we have some boundaries in ethical hacking, so I'm not getting into it. But let me just more than enough as an evidence that how you can find the vulnerabilities in one shot, and that easy, like within a minute. Okay, you can go back and check out for any other URL. Let's say for this units.it. Okay, let's check it out what their report says. In the meantime it's loading, let's check about the other one. Okay, here we have Angel Fire, then we have Windows domain hackertarget.com. Okay, so we also have like a report for a website related to the hackertarget.com. So let's see what we have here, and you can see that how many security holes we have found here. Vulnerability, vulnerability, and the vulnerability. Okay, you can use this piece of information in order to compromise the these victims like the furthermore. So that's how the hackers basically get the information in real time about the victims, and they use this piece of information in order to compromise them in a much precise way. So this was the URL, this was the report which we were talking about, which was loading earlier, and you can see vulnerability found on port, this one, port X11, and we have some warnings. Okay, so this URL is having only 2 vulnerabilities and all. Okay, so that's how basically hackers find out their potential target. Now let's have a look at another example where what we're going to do is let's try to find out like more of a victims, okay, and see if we can retrieve their username and password details. So for this, let me take an example of WordPress. You know that WordPress is a very popular CMS or a content management system, and it's being widely used by lots of organizations all around the world. Okay, so let's see if we can get any prompt for the WordPress and if it can give us any sort of username or password. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to search about the WordPress, press enter, and you can see it's giving me different docs for the WordPress websites. Here I have Google to WordPress, WP content plugins and all. So they are like basically too many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refine my search. I'm going to type WordPress login. Press enter, and you can see here I have 2 types. So first I have Intrex WordPress file type XLS login and password, and another one is login form in URL wplogin.php. So it's basically just going to take me for those websites where I can find the information related to the wplogin.php. But this one looks really interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Let's copy this, go to the Google, paste it, press enter. Okay, so that's a malicious activity recorded by the Google from me. Anyways, we are not a robot, so let's quickly select all the staircases. That's all. Okay, so here we are. You can see that it's showing me all of the XLS files related to this website, like submission details, test scenarios, SCADA password. That looks interesting. If you know like what SCADA is, it's really going to be okay. So it's showing me like potential security risk. So we are not going to open it as of now because first I have to check it out if it's completely safe or not. But here it shows me another URL. Okay, it's from Seen and Heard International. So let's quickly open this link and see what we get here. Okay, so maybe a file got downloaded. So let's quickly get into our downloads and see what we get there. File system, my downloads, and here it is, WordPress profile.to.xls. So let's say okay. So actually I don't have the MS Office or like any other relevant tool by which I can open the XLS here. So what I'm going to do is let's go to and search out for any online XLS. Okay, we have this one, online XLS viewer, and here it is. So let's go and check out like what sort of content do we get into this particular file. Let me just upload it and see what is going to show me. So as per my like idea, it's going to show me the list of a username and the password. As I mentioned, username, nickname, password, email addresses, all of this information are going to be in XLS. So let's quickly have a look at it. And here you can see, here I get the information about the administrators, their username, their nickname, their password, their email addresses, and their websites. Okay, so all along with, I'm also getting the details related to their FTP account, their SQL database, and even their Amazon account, basically where they have hosted their website. So this is how the hackers hack into the real world application by just using the Google Doc, and you can just see it by yourself. It's pretty easy. Okay, you just have to search for a certain term. You have to like do your research, get into it, see what sort of details you get out from there, use that piece of information to check out for the vulnerabilities, and later exploit them and get access to their website or their server, web application, whatsoever it is. Okay, so that's all for the demonstration from my side.
I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more thrilling content like this in the future. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.